Okay, guys, so I kind of went to bed last night. I watched a little bit of AEW. I had to pick it up in the morning. I was really exhausted yesterday, guys. That's why you didn't see Fatal and I do a wrestling video last night, a review of AEW Dynamite, and I apologize for that. I think Fatal got a little busy last night, so we were just, I came off of a 21-hour stream, and I was caping over in the chair. I was so tired as we got the 21 hours, and then I streamed 18 prior to that, the day prior. So, on Trovo, I'm a partner and everything, so I try to keep my partnership, and I'm doing all these things, and, I'm just, tired, and I got to make content. So, yesterday, after stream, I watched, the first part of Dynamite, and then I just crashed out. I watched the first part of it, and then just crashed out. I was so tired. And then I think Fatal got busy with a bunch of stuff. So this is a little bit of a late review from us. Make sure to follow SlamZoneSports will be in the description. Make sure to check us out. We need to get an audience over there so we can officially go live and do watch-alongs and things like that on Twitch, Trovo, Facebook, all that. So we can go live and, bring it to you. We're going to be doing it on our channels. Fatal and I are going to be doing it on our channel, SlamZoneSports, for now until we get an audience over there. What we're going to be doing is throwing the replays over of these videos over to SlamZoneSports and to the podcasting sites and everything else. So just to let you guys know, it'll be on my channel, Fatal's channel, and then the replays will be put over onto the SlamZoneSports channel on YouTube and so forth and so on. Anyway, let's get into this wrestling review of AEW Dynamite for 12/7/2022. So, William Regal has been officially written off TV. William Regal is going back to WWE. He is WWE bound. If you didn't listen to the Final Battle media call or whatever ahead of Final Battle, you'll find out that Tony Khan granted his release. They had talked personally. Anything that has been said prior to this, Tony Khan basically squashed all that. He said, don't believe what you hear. That's what he's basically saying. Don't believe what you hear. Anything that was said prior to that is just speculation and not the truth. So he kind of cleared the air with all the dirt sheets, all the news people, everybody. Tony Khan's mom went through multiple strokes, had multiple issues, and in between that, that's why the product has been kind of down, why writing's not been good. And now I understand why AEW has been a little bit of wishy-washy with a lot of things. And, it makes sense. It makes a lot of sense. So now he said he's going to get back on track. There's going to be a lot more going on. He couldn't answer an announcement for Ring of Honor, but he said, get ready for the media scrum after Final Battle and after everything. He's going to have more information. So that tells me there's somewhat of a streaming deal or a TV deal in place. And I'm assuming that's where we're going to find out. We're going to find out where Ring of Honor is going to go, because he did state that they're going to be pulling a lot of the Ring of Honor stuff off of Dynamite and Rampage because people are sick and tired of it. Too many titles. You want things to be separate entities. So that's why Tony Khan is doing what he's doing. And I can't blame the guy. Just can't blame the guy, for what he's doing and what he's gone through. And, prayers to his family. My prayers and thoughts here, all of us at Slam Zone Sports, Gaming, all that, wish Tony Khan and his family and his mother a speedy recovery. And the thing is, now we understand why the product's not been that good, why booking has been wishy-washy. But it brings up the question, Tony Khan should have a creative team when he takes a leave of absence like that to go take care of family or his mom or whatever. You know what I mean? And also, too, we did get a lot of things said about William Regal. William Regal and Tony Khan did sit down and talk for multiple days. And because of family and whatnot, Tony Khan understood because of his situation. And they both agreed, to shake hands and he go move on. It was amicable. And they both, parted ways, and that was that. But part of this, part of the clause of his release is he can't be on TV for a year. And I think that's fair. I think that's fair is fair. I think Tony Khan is being fair. So he could be a coach. He could be a backstage guy for WWE and train his son in what he wants to do, you know, what an NXT talent for a year. And then he could be back on TV. If they want to write him back on WWE television, they can do so. You know what I mean? But yeah, again, that's why the show's kind of gone down. He did mention that you're going to see some new talent. You're going to see some new faces coming in to AEW Dynamite and Ring of Honor. He said he's going to try to keep it as fresh, and he's going to get back to what their bread and butter is. So, good. That's what AEW needs to do here. He cleared the air about a lot of things, and he said he messed up with FTR. And it shows. It shows, but a lot of it, he said, when they had the issues with CM Punk and all this stuff, I still think we're being worked with CM. CM Punk is teasing WWE. He's teasing this. He's making fun of the Elite without saying the Elite. It's all coming full circle. He's also still in the game. For somebody that's been pulled off of everything, supposedly is getting game, DLC stuff and whatnot for the game for him. They're making fun of him on TV. I think we're being worked, but then I could be wrong. We'll see by Revolution. Supposedly, CM Punk will be healthy. He's having a faster recovery time than they expected. We're going to see. We're going to see where Tony, he's still getting checks. I think we're being worked. I think Tony Khan really, I think when the dust settles, I think with many months, and I think with them being separated for as long as they are, I really am starting to believe we're going to see CM Punk back in AEW. It just, to me, it's starting to make more and more sense that we're being worked. And then he's going to come back, and then they're going to have the feud with the Elite. And then this is going to drag on for a whole nother year. So next year, 2023 for AEW looks interesting. And wait and see. Again, with FTR, he said he messed up. And, he wants them to be featured more. And he said it himself in that scrum. So we'll see at that point. And I hope that, Tony Khan throws these two dudes good amount of money. Dax Hardwood and cash. I really hope they do. They need a big payday. They deserve it. And give them time off after you pay them. Let them take as much time as they want. Pay them. And let them relax and recover. They have been tag team wrestling of the year, in my opinion. I don't know why they said the Usos is PWI. It's all kayfabe anyway, and it's all a joke. But the dirt sheets are like, oh, the Usos are great. What about FTR? FTR literally is the shit. You know what I mean? So, and also, Tony Khan was on a podcast after the fact, too, talking about how he feels about, and then, he's getting crapped on for that. So Tony Khan is listening. You don't understand. Tony Khan is listening. He's losing views. He has to start listening to his audience. His audience is telling him that the show's been garbage, or they're not a fan of certain things. And now he is starting to listen. But he needs to start doing more vignettes. He needs to start doing more things, introducing these people that he's bringing in. You know what I mean? And start pushing your talent that you have signed before they walk back into WWE and make you look really bad, especially Miro. Tony Khan, Miro, he's healthy. Reports are coming out that he is healthy. Bring in him and CJ Perry and let's get the ball rolling with Miro. Miro could be a champion. He could be an All-Atlantic champion, TNT champion. You can bring him into Ring of Honor. You can make him your top star. What are we doing in 2022 into 2023? Bring him on TV. I will keep saying this until I'm blue in the face. You bring in Brian Cage, guy that goes do. Bring a guy that's literally the Redeemer. Game over. You got to bring him back. Crowd wants him. I want him. Everybody wants him back. He was good at what he's done. And you need to start treating the House of Black a little bit better here. Like they should be on the main show. On the main show doing main event things. And I think you should have a three-way when all this is said and done. If the Death Triangle does win these matches, honestly, you have a three-way for that title. You do it on tables, ladders, and chairs. I don't care what you do. Full Metal Mayhem, do whatever you got to do for that trios belt. I think that's where it shines. You put him in a Hell in a Cell. Come up with a Hell in a Cell match. I don't care what you do. Blood and guts. I don't care. You got to do something to make those trios champions a little bit better, and you got to treat the House of Black better. I still think they need to be treated a little bit better, and I think the writing. But again, I'm going to give Tony Khan a pass. I'm not going to give him an L. And I apologize for the stuff I said about Tony Khan, about what happened with William Regal. Now I can understand. I won't give him an L for this, but I'll give him a pass. And here's the thing. Tony Khan, you will get a pass from me. Yes. But at the same time, Tony, you got to start writing better story. You got to start making your talents better. You're making the right moves with Ricky Starks. Ricky Starks, you are doing the right moves with him. Personally, you're doing the right moves with him. So let's get into AEW really quickly. Ricky Starks, and all these guys, all these like mid-card, jobbers that are in AEW, all came out for the Dynamite Ring Battle Royale. Matt Hardy and Ethan Page fighting over the Twist of Fate thing that's been brought in from Dark, and this should be on Rampage. This should not even be a thing on Dynamite, but they brought it into Dynamite. Both got eliminated. Man, I will say Jungle Boy got devastatedly choke slammed out, and it looked like he broke his neck. It looked like Morrissey literally threw some extra impact on that, and it just looked really bad, and that could have ended up really bad. So I'm hoping Jungle Boy's okay, but ended up being Ricky Starks did win. He's going to go face MJF for the Dynamite ring / title, which I think it should be for one or the other. I get what Tony Khan's doing here. He's going to have an opportunity to win both, or it should have just been for the ring to start, and you have Ricky Starks win that ring personally. Yes, it does make MJF look weak, but at the same time, you get one thing off of MJF, you put it on Ricky Starks, you make Ricky Starks important, because he cut a devastating promo. The promo worked out, and I always knew Ricky Starks can cut promos. He did it in the Indies. He did that on NWA. He's done that on many different places. He's been MLW, everything. Ricky Starks is the shit. And now you're starting to see what I've been saying. Now, if he puts some moves together, a couple more moves, he's going to be really good at what he does. I'm just saying. He literally speared the crap out of MJF, and MJF looked weak. So, hey, you got to make your heel look good. You got to make your champion look good. But right then and there in that promo, after he said Fruity Pebble or called him a pebble, and he said he was going to skip him and show him who's boss, Ricky Starks cut the best promo of his life. And this was his come out party. Now Ricky Starks should become a champion. If he's going to lose at Winter is Coming. It'll be one hell of a match. But he will lose. But at that point, you have to have him win a belt. You cannot push him to the moon like this and not give him anything. Give him a title. Have him go against Orange Cassidy or whoever wins that Atlantic Champion. Start there. Build his reputation up, make that title prestigious. Then you have him lose it. Then he goes for the TNT champion, whoever it is at the point, Samoa, whatever. Have him win that. Have him make the underdog come true story like you would do a Daniel Bryan for WWE, or Danielson as we call him in AEW. Then what you would honestly do at that point, you build him up. You have him go up the ladder. Maybe have him win a tag team champions. You push him to the moon. Then when it comes time, when it's all said and done, when MJF says bidding wars, then you have him win that belt finally. And you have him either beat MJF or whoever's going to be the champion. But segment was good. Can't say enough about Ricky Starks. I can't say enough about the work MJF's doing, the BBB belt thing. I love MJF. Anything he does, I like. And I've always liked Ricky Starks. People shit on me for liking him. People had said to me, Ricky Starks, he's mid-cart trash. Well, now you hear what I've been saying. Now you see. I've been watching Ricky Starks since MLW, since NWA. And I've been telling people for a while, you slept on this. Now you see, this is what he was doing in NWA. This is what he was doing in MLW. Oh, and MJF, by the way, shit on NWA. And, rightfully so, NWA needs to take their little L, honestly. But anyway, so after that, that was a great promo. Speared him out of his shoes. It looked like Michael Cole when he gets F5'd by Brock Lesnar. But anyway, so they cut this beautiful promo. Then Jon Moxley had a message for Adam Page. That was a really good segment, saying that they're gonna tear the roof off the building whenever we get there. He said he's sick and tired of the Jericho Appreciation Society. You'll find out at Final Battle what's gonna happen. The BBC is not dead. We're gonna rise. We're gonna do this. And we're going to get back to kicking ass and chewing bubblegum, basically what he called in the promo. So you got to give that to Jon Moxley. He can cut a devastating promo when he needs to. Now, Samoa Joe versus Darby Allin. It looked like Darby Allin was being written off TV. I think that's what they were doing, giving Darby Allin some time off. Darby Allin said in podcasts he's been asking for some time off. He's been going since the very beginning of AEW and had no really off days. And he's just been going and going and going. And I'm assuming with house shows and everything, I'm assuming that he's been going. So it was nice to see Darby Allin. Darby Allin really did a lot of things. The typical Darby Allin stuff. But Samoa Joe. When Samoa Joe is a heel, man, like, he is good at what he does. He was good in TNA, good in Impact, good in NXT, and good in WWE. Samoa Joe can cut promos. Samoa Joe could be a great heel and an asset. I think he'd be one of the top heels for AEW. But I really hope he does lose the belt to Juice Robinson, Ring of Honor. I really do, because he just needs to be on AEW title. He should be a main event guy, a main guy. That's your top heel next to Swerve. That should just happen. But this match was really good. Darby Allin doing Darby Allin things. Samoa Joe devastating, choking him out, though. I think he put a little too extra sauce on it. So honestly, he got choked out. That was it. And then pretty much started beating the crap out of him some more. And literally devastating muscle buster on the skateboard, on the trucks. Huge, like, you could tell. Tonight they really went serious on the throwing into the ring and showing devastating things like Morrissey and the whole Jungle Boy thing, and now this. It looks like AEW's got a sense of interest or desperation to make things more devastating for views. They really need to they need to clean up Rampage, though. Rampage, they need to figure it out, because it needs to stop being taped. And what they should do is have one roster for AEW's Dynamite and one for Rampage, where people get featured on Rampage, and they need to turn it up to 2 hours. Literally. And up it an hour. Like 9 o'clock, I'd be okay. I would be okay with them turning it on at 9 or 6 o'clock and putting in that time slot. I would be okay with that instead of an hour. They can't do enough within an hour, and it's starting to show. And Rampage needs more help, because the ratings on that show are going down hard. And I really, really, really think that they really need to revamp that show personally and hit the reset switch on that, because it's really bad. Anyway, Samoa Joe, again, attacks Darby Allin. And it looks like Darby Allin was being written off TV. Chris Jericho vows at Ring of Honor Final Battle on Saturday to keep his belt against Claudio. He's saying Claudio is going to become an entertainer, and how Claudio is going to be pretty much basically Chris Jericho's bitch. Basically, that's what they were going with. Honestly, I will tell you, like, I like Chris Jericho, but Chris Jericho does need to lose that title. I really think they need to stop having this back and forth and just give Claudio the belt, honestly, and have different feuds. Chris Jericho's better, but I understand why they're doing what they're doing. And it kind of sets up after Adam Page and Moxley. They could bring Moxley into Ring of Honor and have him win that belt. I could see that happening. But then that comes into, then that's just what they did with AEW at the very beginning. And understandable, that makes sense too. Or you have Claudio win it here. You know what I mean? I wasn't really invested in the Claudio Castagnoli and Wheeler Yuta versus Jake Hager and Daniel Garcia. Jake Hager and Daniel Garcia did lose handedly. It was an okay match. I wouldn't go, oh my God. Wheeler Yuta is good at what he does. Same with Claudio. So it can go either way with Chris Jericho and Claudio this weekend, but I really think Claudio should win the belt because I'm really tired of Chris Jericho. Chris Jericho should just go beyond the commentator booth. It's kind of, once you see one Chris Jericho match, once you see one promo from him lately, it's been the same thing. And it's not been good, personally. And they did the purple hat thing again. I'm over that with Jake Hager. I'm so done with that. It's lost its luster. Jake Hager should be fighting for an All-Atlantic title. He's a bruiser. He should be bigger than he is. They're glorify using him as a jobber gimmick. I don't understand. He's an MMA guy. You should have him. I think he should separate from the JAS. I think he should literally be his own entity. I think he could be on Ring of Honor. I think personally he can win titles there. I honestly think, I honestly believe that he should be in the, title picture for, an All-Atlantic or things like that and build him up from there, The same thing I say about Ricky Starks. You build him up from the bottom. You make him a presence. You're building him up. You make those titles prestigious. You bring Miro back. Tony Khan, bring Miro back. I can't say that enough right now. Regal had a special message saying that he's going to be gone for a while. It was a recorded interview 2 weeks prior to the attack. That's what everybody is saying. He wrapped up saying he asked Moxley for a quick reaction, vows that he'll see his soon around, that they're going to the pro wrestling in a whole new light. So he's pretty much saying that's pretty much his last, that he's being written off TV, and technically he's going to go off and do a million, like into the sunset, and that's the way it is. He said a quick message. He said to John Moxley, Brand New Donna, Wheeler Yuta, how everyone in the Black Book needs to continue to share their wisdom with Yuta and help him become the best in the business. And he also stated that recorded video last week, 2 weeks prior to the attack of MJF. So they did everything in fast action. So everything was done in fast action. So quick word from the House of Black. They announced shoot a quick message. And the House of Black, they talked about crime being treasonous and how the punishment will be felt. They came one, come to all. They're pretty much saying they're going to go through the whole AEW Ring of Honor rosters. They're going to dominate, and they're going to, the payoff's going to be they're going to be your new trios champion, either with Ring of Honor or with AEW. JD Hayer offers a title shot to Sarita and the Bunny of the winner, whatever for their match. I believe on Rampage, I think that's what they're doing it at. Basically said Saraya and others deserve a sit-down discussion with the future of AEW program. So does she. She then goes on to make an announcement. She goes, well, whoever Sheeta and the Bunny wins, blah, blah, blah. Honestly, here's the thing. Saraya should be fighting for that TBS championship. You don't, I just don't see it for the women's champion, but the TBS belt, Saraya should be fighting Jade. Jade should be losing. Jade should go literally lose. The baddies I don't understand why. In the media call, he's giving like Jade props, and I'm like, oh God, Jade is garbage. She is green between the ears. She's terrible. She can't wrestle. She is Goldberg in the women's division. It pisses me off. And Jay can sit here and tell fans are wrong, but why do I watch a Goldberg match, and then when I watch yours, it's the same garbage? You need to drop the title. I am going to start a hashtag, Jay Drop Belt. to somebody that's worth a damn over you. The baddies are garbage. You're garbage. You're irrelevant. You're irrelevant. I thank you for two things. Thank you for two things. You have mic skills, but really outside of that, you're garbage, Jade. Just face it. Everybody you're mad at because real wrestling fans call you Goldberg. When you watch a Goldberg match and you watch a you match from Goldberg from the 90s and we watch you now, you're garbage. You are flat out garbage. Dude, I tell anybody to do this. Stack a Goldberg match, put a Jade Cargill match in, and see the similarities. Goldberg WCW to Jade Cargill in 2021, 22, 23 coming up. Stack them up, clip it, put two borders on it, and then come tell me. Come tell me Jade Cargill is this great thing that they claim. AEW claims. Because Cargill's awful. The baddies are awful. And to bury Kara Hogan is fucking garbage to me. Kara Hogan's great talent. Showed you an impact when she won championships and she was the shit. Here on AEW, it just falls flat. Sky Blue's good. Madison Rayne is good. And I don't know why we have Jade Cargill win this match. It should have been the other way around. It should build up for a Kara Hogan, and literally, no joke, literally Jade Cargill match. That should blow the roof off the building because you fired her, you treat her like garbage, and either, I really want Kara Hogan to take the belt off of her because it's a joke belt to begin with. The TBS Women's Championship has been glorified, a 24/7 belt for Jade just to crush everybody. And it's garbage to me. Jade is garbage. Until she comes up with more moves or can be agile in the ring, she is Goldberg. Goldberg bad for the AEW Women's Division. Sorry that I'm ranting and on a tangent, but she sucks. And I don't understand what AEW sees in her. I don't get it. I would have her in catering. I'd have her do a million of things. I don't despise Jade. I despise her because she can't wrestle. This is why she should have been. This is where Dark is your NXT. This is why you build them up for. Then you build up. That's why you have titles and stuff on AEW Dark. Like NXT, you build them up, put them on, give them a taste of the bigger show called Elevation. Then after that, then you bring them to the main roster if you feel that they're great. That's what Jade should have been from the get-go. And I'm tired of Jade on my television. It's the, I want to go and puke and go to my restroom break. It's garbage. I'd rather see Britt Baker with the freaking TNT belt because she'll make that prestigious. Soraya, anybody else but Jade right now. Her record's got an asterisk on it because it's irrelevant. She has squashed more home talent, no names, nobody that's been relevant, and Nyla Rose ain't relevant. I'm sorry to tell you this, Nyla Rose ain't freaking relevant. Every time I watch a Jade Cargill fucking thing, I'm sitting here going, what are we doing as people? What are we doing? That's like giving Braun Strowman on WWE the belt and letting him be a 3-year champion and squashing jobbers all day long. Or having Goldberg win your title back years ago. And just squashing people with spear jackhammer. That was it. And he could barely lift people up. Jade is horrible, horrendous. She needs to go back to the farm system and learn. Because I'm just over it. I'm over it. Anyway, moving on. We're going to talk about AEW and the Acclaim. AEW, the Acclaim versus FTR. Great match. This is how it should have been done. You don't have FTR win the AEW championships as yet because you don't want to ruin the momentum of the Acclaim. The Acclaim it will come back full circle to where FTR does win those belts. It will come full circle, but not today. The match went back and forth. There was a few roll-ups. There was a few typical FTR stuff. FTR has to lose a title here. They have to lose either the Ring of Honor titles or they're going to have to lose something. They're going to have to lose something to win something. If they want to be back on the AEW mountain, they're going to have to, literally on the top, they're going to have to lose that Ring of Honor championships. You can't, like, FTR, I know they want everything, but you can't have everything. You're the best tag team in the world. You are the best at what you do. It's either you hold the Ring of Honor champions tag team belts, or you're the AEW. And I think they want the AEW. So this will come back full circle. They will win again and be two-time. I believe that. Anthony Bowens and his rap gimmick is great. Anthony is great. Max Caster's great. They cut these great promos. You got to keep the momentum on the Acclaim. You can't have them lose so quickly. They've barely had it 2-3 months. You got to keep it going. You know, you just can't have them lose right now. You got to have them lose in a 5-star match for it to be believable to me and others for them. And I could see the reverse. I could see the Acclaim going and being Ring of Honor champions. You see what I mean as well. So I could see it both ways. But this match had a beginning, middle, and end. It was a great match. A roll up, 1, 2, 3. They scissored after the fact. They scissored, scissor me daddy ass shit. And they did a great thing. They honored each other. They shook each other's hand. That was that. Now we're off to FTR defending their belts over the weekend. And we're going to see. We're really going to see where Tony Khan sees FTR. FTR is everything to Tony Khan. From what that media what's going to be happening and questions being answered about that on the phone during the investors meeting for Ring of Honor, it really looks like Tony Khan has a lot of care for FTR. We're going to see. We're going to see. I'm going to give Tony Khan a pass because of his mom. I'm going to give him a pass on the fact of all the shit that happened. But he has to deliver now. He has to deliver. Triple H is coming up the pike. He's signing good talent. He's trying to do the unrights of Vince McMahon era. And shows are starting to get better. SmackDown has been the best it's ever been. NXT's getting a little bit better. And like I said, it's, NXT's been ice cold. They're warming it up. They're bringing it back to where it was. Next level's getting good, NXT. Things that are happening on Raw has kind of been hit or miss. Some of it's good, some of it's not. But again, you have to correct the wrongs of what Vince McMahon did. So you got to give Triple H time. Again, Tony Khan said they were the alternative. They're not the alternative anymore. You have to have them let your wrestlers express themselves, just like what you saw with MJF and Ricky Starks. Again, I can't say that enough right now. Again, I can't say that enough. You got to let Ricky Starks do his thing. You got to let MJF do his thing. You got to let these talents be talents. You paid them all these money. You got to do the things. And get Jay Cargill off my television. She is garbage. Take the belt off of her already. Take the belt off of her already. Have Saraya beat her. Athena's going to be your Ring of Honor women's champion because she's doing the best shit of her career on Dark. But you're not seeing that on Friday. You're not seeing that enough you're seeing that mostly on Dark. And a lot of AEW fans don't watch Dark often. I'm hoping, the rumor has it with this Max deal that's going on, they're changing HBO Max to Max. Let's hope that all these shows get put on the Max app and I can watch it per week instead of YouTube. You know what I mean? I like YouTube, don't get me wrong. I watch Dynamite, Evolution, all that on there, but the production value could be a little bit better and they could soup this up and stop this pre-tape. Maybe they could do live every week. I don't know. But anyway, that's my personal opinion. This has been our AEW Dynamite review. Solid show. I will give this a B. Promos alone. Ricky Stark's come out party. It was really good. Thank you guys for stopping in. Make sure to rate, like, and subscribe to my channel. Also, SlamZoneSports, check us out. Fatal and I are putting a lot of work into what we do. Also, guys, make sure to check out all my social media. Check out SlamZoneSports social media. Come out and follow us. I would appreciate it so we can start going live over there in the future of things. Thank you guys for watching. Have a beautiful day. I will see you guys for the Impact Wrestling review tonight. And I am out. Peace.